Hey, everybody. Welcome to the year-end show for Lucia and Glenn's World. Wow, man. Can you believe it? It's the end of the year. I don't believe it.
Last Sunday of the year.
I know.
New Year's Eve is Tuesday, and we get New Year's Day
Yeah.
on Wednesday. It's going to be 2025.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I can't believe that 2024 went by so fast. We had so many great
Way too
adventures.
fast. Way too fast.
About one a month there.
About one a month. Yeah. I could say that comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight we have a special treat for you. We are tuned in on every channel out there. So hello to everybody tuned in on YouTube, to Facebook, to LinkedIn, to Twitch, to Instagram, and to TikTok. We're trying to fix our login with Rumble at the moment, and I don't think it's working. So we're going to have to do some divesting, but hopefully we'll get it to connect. Just like we're trying to watch
asking hard questions.
The live feed over at TikTok. Hello, Cruise Nuts. Let's talk about Cruise Nuts. I actually met these guys, I want to say this year, maybe the tail end of last year, and they bring so much great content to the YouTube world. Let me tell you, I've watched a lot of great videos. Tracy and her husband are really wonderful people, and I enjoy their content. They will be on the Booze Cruise 4.0 with us, which we'll talk about a little later. But I'm very excited to be finally being able to meet Cruise Nuts and a lot of other people. So it's gonna be pretty badass.
It's a shame we have to wait over a year.
Let's talk about controversial cruising. Asian with persuasion. Another one that I'm gonna be happy to meet in the
Happy New Year, Bonnie Watkins from
4.0 Booze Cruise.
Bonnie Lee's Designs.
Controversial cruising has great content too, such as Trivia Night, which Lucia and Glenn are going to be, I think, either on that one or the match game show coming up in 2025 on YouTube.
You're so excited about controversial cruising.
He's one of my favorite creators. All these people we're friends with are my favorite creators. Okay? So as they're popping in the...
Bonnie is my favorite creator.
Good. I love Bonnie. Bonnie's great.
All of the children loved their Christmas gifts.
Yes. Bonnie Watkins. Designs by Bonnie in
Bonnie Lee in
Shavertown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she made some great gifts for our children, and she's going to be working on my Cowboys design. They choked tonight. I'm sorry.
41 to
7. They got killed.
Ouch.
Should I burn the jerseys? I don't know.
How embarrassing. But we were there a year ago and they won.
No, but
remember?
Booze Cruise 4.0 is going to be pretty, which we'll talk about later. A lot of the creators that I'm friends with, I'm going to finally get to meet them in real life. But let's get back to our year end. Where do you want to start?
We'll start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start.
Well,
January through April 2024 was very boring.
We don't do nothing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Don't keep
no.
Tell us more.
No.
Where do we start? I told you where we start. We started at the beginning. What did you do January through April?
Nothing. Worked. It's boring.
Nothing worked. It's boring.
That's all we did was work.
We plotted and planned and...
It's impossible for you to plot and plan and all this stuff coming up.
Well, in our spare time, that's what we did.
Mm-hmm. Very tiny.
So we plotted a course to 10 countries in 11 days.
Yes, that was May.
We went to Montreal.
Now, hold on. Let's see if I can do this. Share screen. Ha-ha! Hold on. I'm actually going to do something here. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. I'll have to figure it out. But I think there's a way we can show you playlists and stuff from our YouTube. But I'm not going to mess the screen up. Go ahead. So, yeah, May was the Great Pierogi Cruise. We went to the Baltics.
So, January through April, we did our plan.
Yeah, we did.
We plotted to do 10 countries in 11 days, visit Canada a couple of times, go to Maine for the
Yes.
first time.
Yes.
And then our Asian cruise. This is the first time we were on a cruise ship in Asia.
It was
amazing.
wonderful.
We ventured to South America, had some bad luck, but you learn how to
Oh.
travel and continue.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got on our ship in December, which took us to places that amazed us, that we admittedly don't know enough about.
That's right.
We don't know enough about Panama.
Nope.
We don't know enough about Aruba.
Nope.
We don't know enough about Curacao.
Nope.
And these are places that we've got to go back and visit.
Oh, yeah.
We did get to see in the Dominican Republic, one of the resorts that a lot of people would flock to from the United States, because Dominican is close
Mm-hmm.
to the United States. It makes it a lot more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
But us going to some of the places that we did, we put in a lot of planning. Even though we were working and doing, we still watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Yes.
We learn all the time to make our videos better.
So here's the one thing that I've been concentrating on. We just released a video today for a Greek kitchen that we went to, and I think it came out pretty good, but I think I'm going to have my creative friends weigh in when that one goes live. We've been watching videos from controversial cruise nuts, even some of the bigger creators, and we've noticed that a lot of them don't have a lot of fancy editing. It's all about the title, and it's all about the content, and your SEO and all that stuff. It's really more about the thumbnail and the title, which I'm learning. But what I've learned from watching these videos is I look back on the very first video that we released, which was eons ago, and it was just absolute garbage. And I look at it now when we did our Greek kitchen one today, and I think our Greek kitchen one today was pretty impressive for a 10-minute video, for a 30-minute drive, for $60 worth of the best Greek food in Montague, New Jersey.
We had a nice adventure today.
Yeah,
we
we
love
did.
to get a day off because we
Yeah.
always like to go and try something new.
Yeah.
And any place that's within, a 30 to 40-minute drive from here that is that accessible, it makes for great content for us, because we love to share with all of our neighbors.
Yes.
That you can get what is a cool adventure, not too far from home and not too expensive that it's going to break the bank.
Right. The Great Pierogi Cruise, what I liked about that was that it was a different country every single day. It was nonstop. It kept us going. We weren't bored. It was like one of the best trips that we've ever been on. And it was a smaller ship. It was on the MSC Poesia. We've been on mega ships, from World Europa to Magnifica to Symphonia to...
Where we get on a ship is not always Miami.
Right. But we've been on mega ships. So when we got on Poesia, I don't want to say that I felt cluttered. I just wasn't used to being on a smaller ship. But the food quality, and a lot of people will bitch about MSC, the food quality, the entertainment, that's where we saw, what was the name of that play? My favorite, Choir of Man. The entertainment was top notch. It was a fun trip. I enjoyed it.
Blazing Boots too was a great.
Well,
show.
Blazing Boots wasn't on that. Well, that's coming up.
They had.
We saw Blazing Boots twice, but that wasn't on that one.
Okay.
It wasn't on that one. So, where did we go after? It's Great Pierogi Cruise.
Well,
Your turn.
Tell us more about the Great Pierogi Cruise. We were gone 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
What countries did you visit? We're over 51 countries as of right now, folks.
Yeah, 51 countries is a lot.
And
10 years.
We probably added a dozen countries just this year alone. Many of them for sake of the Pierogi Cruise in May, which started off in the United States, went to Iceland, where we changed planes, a long layover in Iceland. We slept over in Copenhagen, Denmark, and then took a puddle jumper over to Rostock, Germany, that was close to the port embarkation place in Warnemünde, Germany.
Right.
Got on the cruise ship in Germany. It took us to Poland.
Right.
It took us to Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Finland, and Sweden. So we got to see 10 countries in 11 days. And this kind of cruise, hey, they do it in the Mediterranean.
Mm-hmm.
They they go to many of the islands in the Caribbean or up and down the Central America. You can visit many countries and not have to uh, change hotel rooms because
Exactly.
you're on this cruise ship.
Exactly.
So it makes it very easy to travel like that. You still have to pay for airfare to get to the place that you're going, but many of the cruises, when we got there, it was like $200 a day per
Mhm.
person,
Yep.
and that included everything. I
It
mean,
did.
we're on a 10-day cruise. $400 a day is your hotel, breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a 5-star
Mhm.
restaurant, your entertainment, your transportation. All of your drinks are included in that. All of your specialty dining is included in that. All of your tips are included in that. And it's just like all you have to do is pack your bags and show up,
Right.
and the rest of the vacation is going to happen.
Right. Exactly.
So I don't want to sound like I'm a salesman
No.
for cruises, but at the same time, next year we have 4 cruises booked.
Well, you're getting ahead of yourself
All
here.
right.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
So I just want to say why we're talking about a cruise the way we do, and why we enjoy a cruise, and what comes of that.
So yeah, Lucia's got notes.
June.
Ha! So after the Great Pierogi Cruise, we did a couple tripe videos. We started taste testing tripe around the area. We did some feast and reviews like Dave and Buster's, which was a bad experience. We've done it twice already. We also did sushi and Thai in Dunmore. We also did just a couple others. We also did oh, what the hell is the name of the barbecue in Greentown? What was the name of it?
The Greentown Grill.
No, barbecue in
barbecue-
Greentown.
Bar-
Jeff's Barbecue.
oh.
Oh my
The
God,
Pork
what was it?
Authority.
Pork Authority. So in between trips, we were doing some food reviews, and then we went to Mont Tremblant in Canada. That was
north of Montreal.
north of Montreal. And in that trip, we also made stops in Ottawa,
Mm-hmm.
and we also made some stops in was that Blue Mountain too?
Blue Mountain was Toronto.
That was
But we were in Montreal for Formula One.
so. Hold on. So
That's June.
Cruise Nuts to answer. So wait, let me back up. Hi Diane. We always see you online. We haven't seen you in person yet. So we're gonna make a pack in 2025 that we actually take you out to eat with us one of these days, because usually we see everybody from the old Buenos crew out. Haven't seen you yet, my dear, and we have to catch up. Cruise Nuts, that's a very good question, asking about Piano Night Live, which we'll get to very shortly. Usually it's Sunday nights, but this week it's the year-end show, but we'll tell you about that in a minute. When we go on a cruise, how much does it break down per day? That's an excellent question. Yes, Yummy Bowl. Hang on, Mike. So how much is it, the cost per day?
She was playing with her phone. I just went.
I told you I had notes on
all of you a couple of minutes ago.
I told you I have
It's
notes on my
about
phone.
$200 a day.
$200 a day
per person.
Per person. That's right.
And that includes everything, all of the upgrades, the drink package, the ultimate drink package, the ultimate food package. We didn't eat in this regular dining room once. We did specialty restaurants about every
Sushi
single
Thai
day.
in Dunmore is excellent. I would recommend that to anybody. And also Yummy Bowl. Oh, Yummy Bowl is the
We
tits.
had sushi at Yummy Bowl
Yeah, we
yesterday.
did. And
the
gyoza.
Yummy Bowl.
You know,
Mhm.
Mike, you're welcome to come anytime you want. We still have to plan a tripe date, remember? So in June, we did the Great Poutine Adventure. Now that was fun.
We were looking for poutine all
Everywhere.
over Canada.
Everywhere we went.
This was our third visit to Canada
Yes.
to get the best poutine in
Mhm.
the world. Previously in December
Yes.
of 2023, 1 year
Mhm.
ago, we were in Quebec City to find the best poutine we could find there.
But I hate to tell you, the best poutine sits in Quebec at the Christmas markets. They did good. They did good at all the other stops, but yeah, no, didn't even come close.
So there is a contest out there on the playlist.
There's not really a contest out there on the playlist.
Like, who's the best?
You know, you could
is
use
out
your own
there.
judge if you decide to take on any of our adventures. But how about when we went to Connecticut and Maine?
Well, you skipped right over Toronto.
Sorry.
And we went for the 4th of July.
That's right. We were in Toronto for the 4th of July.
This was Blue Mountain.
Yes.
We had to ride bikes around Blue Mountain,
Yes.
Which is Collingswood in Canada.
Yep.
It's right on the lake. We got to go for a boat ride out on the lake to see all of the ski areas. Yes. They have golf country clubs here in the United States. There they have skiing country clubs, and the country club owns the entire mountain, the ski lifts, the ski area, and everything. And it is very ritzy. There's
a question for you.
What's the question?
What cruise line do you use?
Generally, as a rule, we do 3 different cruise lines. We do MSC, Norwegian, and Holland America. We're going on a Royal Caribbean ship in Asia for this is our first time on Royal Caribbean in May of 2025. So in 4 short months, we'll be going on a Royal Caribbean ship. But we love the MSC ships. We started off with Meraviglia, which was a brand new ship, and it was porting out of Miami. The next ship we went on by MSC, we went out of Venice, and we got to visit Croatia and the Greek islands, and that was a big family cruise. Yeah,
that was good.
The third MSC, we got on Seashore when it was in its inaugural season, and we also got on it the very first cruise after they started cruising in pandemic, and there's only half of the passengers that was half the capacity on that ship, and it was fantastic. We went on a year later and it was full capacity, and it wasn't as great. Not as good as the one before. But we do love the MSC ships. There's a great variety of food on there. They have Hola Taco.
Yes.
You can come back from your excursion every day and go straight to Hola Taco, and you will get yourself a Mexican street food experience every single day.
So after we did the Great Poutine Cruise, he was right. We did the Blue Mountain. And there's actually an episode of us going on the coaster, which, you know, I love conquering my fears, but it's that anxiety that leads up to it that I'm just like, I can't do it. But I did do it at Blue Mountain. And then we went to Collingwood. We went to Toronto. We hung out with a very famous person in the Toronto art Parisian Eats and Unexpected Adventures, so you guys will have to check that out.
And then we got to go to the brand new museum, the Museum of Persia.
That was fun.
In Toronto.
That was fun.
We got VIP treatment when we were at the museum.
And of course, we went to Niagara Falls as a stop along the way.
You have to stop in Niagara Falls.
Somebody's asking another question for you.
I heard Carnival is trash. Is that true?
We don't know.
We haven't been on Carnival. Personal experience on Carnival. We've seen people on YouTube that have gone on Carnival ships and compared their experience to ours, and I'm not sure that Carnival is really for us.
Right.
We like to relax on a cruise, and we're not party animals. We're not out all night. And as a matter of fact, one of the cruises that we were on, it might have been Poesia. We went to sleep at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and woke up at 11 o'clock.
And it's a completely different scene after 11 o'clock.
We went out on the ship after that when people are at the casino and the bars and the nightclubs and the discotheques. And
I had to go back to the room. I was afraid.
There was some pretty feisty stuff going on at that hour. So I don't know that that's really for us, the Carnival cruise.
Well, we don't know yet. Maybe. We'll see. We might try it.
We might try a short cruise
because
on Carnival,
friends of ours
to get a sample for ourselves.
Friends of ours, Views and Q's, they tried Virgin for the very first time. So if they could try Carnival, I think we could too. I think it'd be pretty fun. But after we did the Toronto, we went to Connecticut, Maine, and got to see Sammy Hagar again in our favorite all-time venue. That was fun.
Bridgeport Amphitheater, Bridgeport, Connecticut, and this is like the second pizza capital of the world.
Oh yeah.
All right, because they have this Connecticut style pizza, and it's all coal fired, very thin crust, some sweet sauces, and it's just like their thing, and they do it well.
And the same time we did Connecticut, we went up to Portland, Maine. Now that was a really fun trip. You know, and a lot of you guys, you know, you're like, oh, you've traveled a lot. We do it for the people who can't, so that You're there virtually with us, experiencing the food as if you're walking alongside us and experiencing the excursions. So, a lot of people say that, but we're doing it for people who can't do it, or maybe someday they will do it.
Well, I want to point out that our entire summer of travel was
Mhm.
bargain travel because we were visiting ski resorts during their off season, and the prices were
Mhm.
not up here. The prices were down here,
Mhm.
and we were able to experience the restaurants there when they were not flooded with people.
Right.
So these are some good times to go to those places
Oh yeah.
because if you went this time of year, it would be an absolute mob scene. You wouldn't have any fun,
Nope.
and you wouldn't be able to find a parking space, which is very frustrating
Right.
when you're trying to have fun.
Oh,
There's certain
Maine was a
places-
mess. Trying to find parking. Oh man.
Well, this is the difference between us going to the couple of places that we went in
Mhm.
Canada. Even when we got to Niagara Falls, that was the first headache that we
No.
had.
Oh
Where
my
do you put the
God.
car? When you go on a cruise, you never have to worry about where
Right.
you're going to put the car.
And here's the comment that I've been waiting for.
I have family in
No.
Connecticut. Love their
No.
pizza.
No.
Oh,
You read the screen over here. Don't read this.
oh, we are old and we love Carnival.
Cruise. Yeah, that's Carnival Cruise Addicts.
Okay, well,
Another great creator.
we have not tried it personally, so all we know is what we see on other YouTube.
Tell you what,
creators'
I think if we
channels.
do a Carnival Cruise, we should go with them.
Well,
I think that's exactly what we need to do.
I am open to collaboration. Yes.
Yeah, you're open to collaboration. So now this brings us to the trip of the year when we went on our first Asian cruise. And I love pizza too in Connecticut, Debbie.
And our cruise started with a pre-cruise tour
In Taiwan
of
for 3 days.
Taiwan, and it wasn't just Taipei, Taiwan.
No,
We did have 2 nights in Taipei, Taiwan.
we also had Jiafen, we
Right?
had Shiflin, and we had
Yeah.
Yiwu.
And
I hope I said that right.
Keelung is where we boarded the ship.
Yes.
And going to visit some of the places there was
Keelung
absolutely
has a lot of
fascinating.
hidden gems.
Oh God,
I
yeah.
enjoyed Keelung a lot.
We were watching some videos of their night market in Keelung.
Oh my God.
And I identified 4 different things that I would love to eat.
And we did.
And we went there and we found these things, and oh, the nutritious bun melted in my mouth.
That was the best.
Oh my God. It was a donut stuffed with goodness. Let's just put it that way.
There's your Asian with persuasion telling you off too.
I am old and I love Carnival too.
We're going to have to do a Carnival Cruise.
Well,
with Carnival Cruise Addicts and controversial.
I'm not saying that it's a cruise for young people. I'm just saying that it was a different kind of crowd.
Yeah.
You can go on the ship and you can have a good time, but there's still some people in the crowd that are annoying.
We're talking about the cruise that we were on. We're not talking about Carnival. A lot of people have said, well, have you done Carnival? We've never done a Carnival cruise. We don't know what it's like. So,
no. But we are willing to learn.
Yes, we will learn. There you go. No. Overnight parking in Philly last week for $16. Wow.
Is that $16 a day?
Yeah, that's insane.
Okay.
That's insane. That's a steal. Dallas, thank you for that. That's a steal.
Well, are you talking about overnight parking at the airport, or are you talking about overnight parking in downtown Philadelphia? Because to park a car in downtown Philadelphia, $16 is a bargain. For airport parking, we found a place in Newark that was charging us less than $9.
Yeah, we go in and out of Newark.
$9 a day at Victoria Parking. I don't know if they have a comparable parking lot near the airport in Philly. It's possible.
Look at her face where you paused it.
I didn't pause it. Did you pause it?
I did.
Why did you pause it?
Because I wanted you to see that.
Okay.
Anyhow, Carnival is okay. Okay, well that's good to know, Cruise Nuts. That's impressive. I don't know how Carnival Cruise Addicts is going to feel about that. But when we were in Taiwan.
Well, wait. Now we're still talking about.
Go back. The parking.
I said it about the parking.
Yes.
I don't know if it's
Sorry.
Like I said, $16 in downtown Philadelphia is a great price to park a car for the night. But what?
City near a hotel. Spot Hero is the app. Works all over the place. It's great for in town.
That's great.
That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Very awesome. Come on, buddy.
We've used some Airbnbs in downtown Philly, and we need to get that overnight parking. But we don't need to leave our car there from 8 o'clock in the morning all the time. Who's this? Who's this?
You want to be in the show?
What about
Say
her?
hi, Uncle Scott. Say hi, Uncle Scott.
Ay.
Do you buy something from each destination to remember it other than your pictures?
What's the answer to that?
Yes.
Lucia buys keychains, and I buy refrigerator magnets. Currently, you might be able to see it right up here.
And for those of you who don't know, this is our beloved Red Fox. He's our 12-year-old. Don't touch it.
Okay, I can't touch it.
I just want to introduce him first. Isn't he cute? Okay. Here, let me see if I can do this. If you look up there to your left.
Right here is Lucia's keychain collection on the wall.
Yes.
We had a special mount build.
Oh, look who's tuned in. Our new friends from Forest City.
Oh, welcome.
Hi, Dave and Brandy. Woo!
Where's Dave and Brandy?
Right there. Dave and Brandy. Hi, Bonnie. Dave and Brandy Whiting.
Okay.
They're from Forest City. They're our new friends. No, it's not. Dave Guard, where are we?
Tanglewood land.
Tanglewood. Go ahead. You were saying.
I was saying MSC is one of the cruise lines that we go on.
Yes.
All right. We're going to Royal Caribbean for the first time.
Yes.
We've never been on Carnival.
Yes.
The other two cruise lines that we've gone on have been Norwegian, which has been about as many sailings as MSC at this point.
Right.
NCL has taken us to Alaska. They took us to Taiwan that we're talking about next. And the only other cruise line is Holland America, which has taken us to Norway twice. Holland America.
Cool.
So going back to your trip of a lifetime.
Yes.
Started with the pre-cruise in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
4 days in Taiwan, and then we got on the cruise ship and sailed to the Japanese Sea to visit some of the islands of Japan.
Those seas were so rough. Oh my God, I thought I was going to be sick.
There was definitely some rough seas.
They were bad. They were really bad. Really bad.
But we were just on another cruise recently where we had some bad sway, as it were.
So after Keelung, we got Chet's in the house too. See, like journeys, we were just watching them.
All right.
Chet and his awesome wife. Those two were riding a camel. Did you see that?
I saw that.
Oh man,
mm-hmm.
I would love to ride a camel with Chet and his wife. That would be
Lucas.
So cool.
Right?
Yes. Where we're going.
We'll
get to.
We're getting there.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. What's this? We have done one MSC and did have a great experience. We've done 27 Carnival.
27
You're
Carnival,
not helping, Dave and Brandy. We're going to have to recruit you, too.
All right. Carnival sounds like a lot of fun. Fun chips. Carnival fun chips, right?
Yeah, Carnival fun chips. So from Keelung, we went to Ishigaki, which was one of the beaches in Japan. And that was the day that we were trying to get off the ship, right?
We wanted to get off of the ship, but they made every person on the ship go through immigration.
It was so bad.
On the ship.
It was so
The line
bad.
was 100 people deep.
Yeah.
And we would swim in instead of waiting in line because we only had a couple of things that we wanted to do on the island. We ended up getting off of the island late and then had to get back on the ship because the ship was leaving there early anyway.
Yeah,
but every other Japanese island, we were already cleared to go and do whatever we wanted to.
Now, when we went to Naiha, Okinawa, Japan, and we went inside the Shijiro Castle, that was pretty cool because we've never been there.
I love the monorail that took us out to the castle.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
Because it was air conditioning, like, here's 62 degrees inside there.
Yep, that was cool.
It was absolutely.
There's a question for you on the...
Oh, have you guys done Viking cruises on the Rhine? I think that'll be my next European trip. We have priced them out. We had one booked at one time. They're a little on the pricey side.
But they're all inclusive.
and it includes all of your excursions and it's all of your transportation. It
Mm-hmm.
includes your airfare. They include your airfare with the cost too. But our cost was getting up between $9,000 and $10,000 for two
And
people.
shout out over to Music and Beyond podcast on TikTok. He's asking, what has been your favorite trip? Our favorite trip always,
Japan.
Ernie, is Japan.
Yes.
Hello to Tanya. Evan Glass, my favorite people. You guys have so much experience. I need you guys. Well, guess what, Evan? I need you to help me grow my TikTok. So you help me and I help you. Checking out the castle in Himeji was wild. They actually make you guys are going to find this funny, take your shoes off and climb the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't happening here. So we went to the zoo instead.
And it was a cute
little zoo. If you watch our video, is the Japan's most majestic castle exploring Himeji. I actually have monkeys by mistake on my video doing it. I don't know how I picked that up. I blame Sam for that one. When
Let's
Sam
do it
was
like
with
they
us.
do it on the Discovery Channel.
Okay, here's another comment for you.
Disney Cruise was my favorite.
Well, that's
You
another
know,
one I think we're going to explore just to do it,
I think that a Disney cruise would be more fun with children that particular
Well,
age. I could be wrong because I know people have gone on.
Well, Katie has 2 little girls. We could take them with us and give Katie a break.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't mind taking Kelly and her sister.
All right.
Hands
We're
down.
going to adopt them for a week and take them out of Disney cruise.
Careful what you wish for.
Just because it will be a different experience for her and I by ourselves.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
The Japanese Toy Museum. Let's talk about this. This was massive.
This was day 2 in Himeji, right?
Yes. We got off of the train, and Glenn made a statement about there not being any taxis around. Okay, good. Katie's coming too. All right, good.
Right.
So Katie and the kids with us will do a Disney cruise. Hands down, Katie, you got it. Anyhow, so we get off the train, and he made a statement about, there's no Uber drivers around here or anything like that.
That was not the statement that I made.
Well, what did you say?
I said, we're so far outside of town, you're not going to find anybody here that speaks English.
Sure enough. Chet, I will adopt you and your wife any day. No problem. Sure enough, this Japanese couple shows up and says, do you want to, they asked where we were going, and we said, we're going to the Japanese Toy Museum. They said, come on. She cleans out her car.
We hopped in the back
seat.
Air conditioned, 62 degrees.
Yeah. And here I'm thinking, we're getting kidnapped. Sure enough,
they drove us right up to the museum.
But you cannot tip in Japan. You cannot. It is forbidden. Big time. Forbidden.
They were grateful to take us to the toy museum.
Yes.
And when we got there, we introduced ourselves to them, and oh boy, did their eyes light up! They put on a heck of a show with the toys that you could play with.
They did. You have to watch that video.
Around. There was also another camera crew there.
Oh yeah, they were filming something massive.
They were filming something that was really, really big.
Yeah, it was really cool.
They kind of stole some of our thunder.
They did. It's okay.
But I want to find out what they turn out for a video of the toy museum. I'm going to look for that later.
Yeah, we'll look for that later.
And see if we can find it.
But when we got to Osaka, I love Osaka because I love the Dotonbori district. We've watched so many videos about the Dotonbori district. We've never been there at night. Something prompted us the other day where we watched it at night, and holy God, it is a different view.
Yes.
Different view. Here you go.
But we had friends with us from the ship when we went through Osaka, and we rode the ring line around Osaka, and we got to cover a lot of ground.
We did.
We went to the castle. We went to the tower. We went to Dotonbori.
We did.
We went to the conveyor belt sushi.
We
Kura.
did.
We also got over to Universal Studios City Walk around the night out, and didn't even go straight back to the ship. After that, we found an izakaya to eat at with the Ferris view in our view.
But the Kura sushi that we ate in Osaka didn't even touch the one that we had in Shimizu.
Our next cruise, Venezia in May, 11-night repositioning Port Canaveral to New York City. Oh,
That would be pretty neat.
we were supposed to do a
That's
transatlantic.
different. This is repositioning.
It's the same thing. They're moving
Okay.
from one hemisphere to another,
Okay,
basically.
fine.
But 11 days is a long time to get from Port Canaveral up to New York City.
That would be cool.
Maybe they'll take you to Kings Wharf along the
Maybe.
way. Maybe they'll stop in Boston.
Well,
I
there's
don't
some
know.
ideas. We can, we still have room.
We did have a transatlantic scheduled, and we replaced it with our trip
Look,
to
who else has
Mexico
joined us in the
instead.
chat tonight for the very first time? One Michael Rossi, who's going on a cruise tomorrow.
Oh, well, have
Lucky
a
duck.
great cruise, Michael. I think is it like tomorrow, Monday?
That's
Okay.
in Michael's world. It's cruise day tomorrow.
Cruise day is tomorrow.
Now, after eating the sushi in Shimizu, and after doing all the other things, the best part of the trip was when we got to Yokohama. Yokohama was the most incredible part of the
That's
entire
where we
trip.
disembarked the ship.
This is where we disembarked the ship.
Yeah.
And when we disembarked the ship
At 8 o'clock in the morning.
at 8 o'clock in the morning, we hit the ground running. And I mean running.
We got a taxi cab and dropped our bags off at the luggage room at our hotel.
It was cheap.
And the taxi was less than $20. It was like $15 to get us from the ship over to our hotel.
Yeah.
Dropped our bags off there, and we went to breakfast.
We
Do you
did.
remember where we went to breakfast?
Oh, God.
7-Eleven at 8 o'clock in the morning.
All right. Let's get this out of the way before I...
We already talked about it.
I know, but...
The Cowboys lost
Yeah,
41
your
to
brother-in-law
7
too
against
did.
the
Yeah, they
Eagles.
lost. They lost. I got it, John. They lost. I got the message.
Didn't you get a text message about that?
No.
Earlier? Didn't somebody send you a
That's
text?
why he's doing it on live.
Text message.
That's what he does. But anyhow, 8 o'clock in the morning.
8
Go
o'clock in the
to
morning.
go to 7-Eleven.
And did you get coffee?
No,
No.
we didn't drink coffee
Why not?
because I don't
You're
know
at
what
7-Eleven.
I don't know what we
coffee.
were drinking. We were drinking some kind of cold coffee or something.
I
don't
know what I was eating.
Hash browns and karaage chicken.
Karaage chicken and hash browns
Yeah.
for breakfast
Yeah.
at 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got a diet soda, actually.
I don't remember. There wasn't any coffee or something. I don't know.
If we ended up with a mocha latte.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I stand corrected. Mike Rossi doesn't go away until January 5th.
Okay.
I was wrong. I was a
All
week
right.
off.
You're
I was a week off.
wrong, Lucia.
And
You're wrong.
Dave and Brandy, you're going to Aruba and Curacao.
Yes.
I will tell you this before we continue our recap. Get the chicken bus in Curacao for $25 and take the tour around the whole island. It's worth it. Trust me. When you get to Aruba, rent a car, $65 for a car, $180 for a Jeep. Check out. I forget how you did it. I think you pulled up a map of Aruba or something. Take you from one end of the island
Go to the north, you go to the
to
south.
the other end of the island.
Mhm.
Go to Lola's Mexican in the
Which
heart of
is
the city.
where all of
The best Mexican
fancy hotels are.
Yes.
So the Marriott is there.
the
Hilton
best
is
Mexican
there,
food. It's so good.
Lola's Mexican.
So good. Yeah. So
Highly
good.
recommend.
Mhm. All right. So Yokohama. So after breakfast, we hit the ground running and we went to the Cup of Noodles Museum.
No, the Ramen Museum.
The Ramen Museum. We also did Cup of Noodles because we were there 2 days.
The next day.
That was the next day. We also, what else did we do?
We went and scoped out their Major League Baseball
Oh,
stadium
man.
in Yokohama.
That was
We went
incredible.
to the gift shop and just familiarize ourselves with the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And the gift shop had a great selection of stuff, but I don't do button-down shirts well, so there's that then.
It's called the chicken bus because it's a bus with no windows. That's why we call it the chicken bus.
The bus with no windows is the
It's
hole
a
in the
school
floor.
bus.
If you
There's
have to
no hole in the
relieve
floor.
yourself,
There's no hole in the floor.
There's
You're
a hole
full.
in the floor.
Shut up. You're full of it. Stop.
Chicken bus.
No, we call it a chicken bus because it's a school bus with no windows.
Junky old school bus.
Yeah, it's just one of those school buses, no windows, very hot. But they have air conditioning.
Chickens are welcome.
They have air conditioned buses too. If you want to get one around the island, it'd probably be a little bit more, but they will get your attention once you get off the bus by waving their flags and telling you, "Come take the tour with us."
Mhm.
So it's
And they'll hold
probably
you
off.
hostage for an hour. That's what time the tour is leaving.
Right. It probably, that That's a good question. But it's probably a tour on your ship, and it's probably more expensive. So if you want to do the same tour,
Get out the ship and
get the
shop
ship and
around.
shop around. Right.
We've done that on a number of occasions,
We
and
have.
we ended up with some good tours
We
along
have.
the way.
So back to Yokohama.
Yokohama Bay All Stars
That
was the
that was cool.
stadium. We got there. We
Yeah.
went to the gift shop. We bought a couple of little souvenirs while we were there,
We did.
and we wanted to get tickets. The tickets were sky high.
They were ridiculous.
They wanted $300 a seat
Too much.
for the tickets to the baseball game. Well, we wanted to go really bad, so I was kind of monitoring it all day long on SeatGeek, and the price of the tickets finally came down to like
we got lucky.
$110 a seat.
We get inside. You should have seen the food vendors. They had Domino's, they had KFC, they had all these different little vendors, and you take everything back to your seat.
You buy all of your food, you put it in plastic bags, you take it back to your seat.
And then when you sit down, if you want to get a drink,
you don't have to get up and go to get a drink.
No, there's these girls, 16, 17, 18 years old. They're literally walking
with a keg strapped on their back.
Yeah, exactly.
They have a keg strapped on their back to pour you a drink.
Exactly.
All you have to do is to wave. You don't have to leave your seat. And as a matter of fact, nobody had to go to the bathroom either. Nobody left. Our entire row for the entire baseball game, nobody left. How about garbage?
It was clean. They picked up your garbage
Every two innings, there would be kids that come by with plastic bags to pick up all of your trash.
Yep.
So you would bring all of your food in plastic bags to your seat. They would bring you drinks. You wouldn't have to go to the bathroom, and they would even come and pick up your garbage from the seat. It was a wonderful experience. What about the chanting?
Oh my God. So we were sitting next to this guy, full Japanese, no English, using Google Translate, talk back and forth. He took the time to teach me and Glenn all the Japanese chants. You think
for the home team.
For the home team. And if you think I can remember now, I can't. But you got to watch the Yokohama baseball video. In that same video, they had balloons, they had trumpets, they had their whole
The opposing team, the Hiroshima
flags.
Team, had their own section.
Yeah. They also
had our own section. They ask you who are you cheering for?
Right.
Is what they want to know when you're walking the door, because they will seat you accordingly to where you are going to be cheering.
Yep.
And whenever somebody was at bat from the home team, you couldn't hear a thing because they were cheering this guy on.
Yep.
Right. And then when somebody was at bat from the opposing team, the visitors team, only their section would be chanting and cheering for the fellow who was at bat.
That was crazy.
So it was crazy, but they brought trumpets and drums and screaming balloons, and they had their like tomahawk kind of chant.
Yep.
And it was a hell of an experience.
It really was.
If you ever got the opportunity to see a baseball game in Japan, definitely go and do it, because it was the most fun that we had the entire day in Yokohama.
So after Yokohama, we took a break because don't curse the cat. After Yokohama, we took a break because my stepson Glenn Jr. got married.
He's attacking me.
In August. And our next trip wasn't until November, when we went to South America.
Well, the September trip to Taiwan ended at the beginning of October.
Yeah.
And then here we are in November.
That's right. We went after Glenn David's wedding. I'm sorry.
Right.
Mr. Booze is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, take a bow. The king has arrived.
So why did you go to South America anyway?
This is a very controversial conversation. And I'm sure people that have me blocked are probably watching this, and I really don't care. So our South America trip started in New York City, where we went to the Halsey concert. The line was wrapped out the door and around the corner to get into this concert. Now, mind you, we went from cold to hot. He didn't think it was cold. He's got more fluff, so nothing phases this guy. Me, on the other hand, I was freezing. So we went inside to where it was hot. That Monday, because whenever the temperature changes, I get sick. I'm on prednisone for 5 days, Monday through Friday. I'm all ready to go. We get on the plane from Newark Newark to Georgia. We were sitting in first class. This was my birthday month that I was turning 50. And I was fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Completely fine. The next flight from Georgia to Peru was freezing. And I knew this was coming.
An icebox.
It was
on the
freezing.
plane. It was,
and we weren't even sitting
they
together.
could hang meat on this
We weren't
plane.
even sitting together. We were separated,
Mm-hmm.
which made it even worse. Then we went from Peru to Brazil, and it was boiling hot.
So one flight, you're in an icebox. The next one, you're in an oven.
Mm-hmm. So guess what happened?
Lucia developed bronchitis.
That's right.
And started coughing when we got to
I
Rio
coughed
de Janeiro,
for
Brazil.
3 weeks. The entire time
Didn't
that we were
stop coughing.
The entire time that we were in Brazil, that's all I did was cough my brains out. He went to the pharmacy, got me meds, and didn't work. Had to go to the emergency room in Brazil. Talk about scary. This guy literally exercised his brain to translate from Portuguese to English, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
With the nurses and the doctors and the administrators.
Yep. Thankfully, we had a great tour guide. We had a great doctor who came to the hotel and said, "You got to go now." He said, "Go meet my partner. You got to go now." Sure enough, we got there. "Lucia, you've got bronchitis." They gave me more meds. But then it was time to leave Brazil. At this point, the hate was coming in on social media. How could you travel sick? From my own cousin. How could you travel sick? How could you travel sick? I wasn't traveling sick. I got sick while we were traveling. We couldn't come home. There were no flights. So we went to Buenos Aires. And it got worse. Tried to go to the hospital in Buenos Aires. They wanted double the amount that they wanted in Brazil. And I was like, no way. They were mad that I left AMA. I didn't give a shit. Still kept looking for flights. Nothing. Finally, Glenn found us a flight 2 days early. We came home. The minute we got home, we went straight to Wayne Memorial. And they said, "Lucia, you've got walking pneumonia." It was the worst 3 weeks of my life. The worst 3 weeks ever. I thought I was going to die. It was worse than having COVID.
Cough, 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 cough. Kick.
Because you're watching the TV and you're not engaged.
I'm watching the TV. I'm listening to your story.
I'm going to turn that up.
I'll correct you if you're wrong. How's that?
Anyhow.
So she took the medicine they gave her in America and she got better.
It did.
Wow. Amazing.
And then next thing you know, we're on a trip to Panama.
And as soon as you got better, we had Thanksgiving and we were on our way to the Panama Canal.
Hi, Debbie Lamb. Yes, we went to the Panama Canal and we went to Curacao, Aruba, Panama.
We didn't start there. We started with a rainy day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Dominican Republic.
Catalina Island.
Puerto Plata was our rainy day. We didn't get off the ship in Catalina Island. No. It doesn't even count.
So I'm getting ahead of myself. So Puerto Plata, we've been there a dozen times and it was great. This last time we went, we didn't go to the we didn't go to the resort that we went to the last time. We picked a different one. And we had this gentleman who drove us around the island. Great. He was great. Took us over, picked us up, brought us back. Incredible. And then
what did you do at the resort?
We got inside the resort.
What did you do at the resort?
I'm going to turn the TV off.
You told me about the guy taking me to the resort.
We got inside the resort and it was raining. We couldn't go to the beach because it was a red flag.
It rained.
So we were stuck underneath the bar area.
Drinking girly drinks. Watching it rain.
You were drinking girly drinks. I don't drink.
And rain.
But sure enough, we ended up going in the pool in the rain. We ended up eating the food. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest food.
I wouldn't want to eat there for a week.
No.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely not. No friggin' way. From there, we had a sea day, and the sea days were rough. They were bad. Though I think they were the worst I've ever experienced. Maybe we've had worse, I don't know.
Once we got down to Curacao, it was calm. But getting there on our sea day, it was rough. Our cabin was actually in the front of the ship. It was one of the very most forward cabins that you could get without having a suite on the
Look
front
who
of
decided
the
to
ship.
join us.
We got another baby.
This is our Numby.
Nambi is
Numby's
in the
an
house.
18-pound American wire hair. She's only 8 years old. Say hi, everybody.
This is what happens when the boat goes up and down. Just like that. And then my stomach does this. And my sea legs do this.
Yeah.
And everything does this.
It was awful.
We didn't get sick, but it's a little uncomfortable
It was awful.
when you're trying to walk a straight line and you're going like this.
It was so bad. So bad.
It was that bad. Curacao, nice bright sunshiny day. Aruba, nice bright sunshiny day.
Aruba was the best.
And then off to Panama. Going through the Panama Canal.
It was incredible.
Was the experience that I really was looking for, to learn about it, to find out some of the history. Tonight they said Jimmy Carter died. Jimmy Carter was best friends with Panama. And it was during his time as president that they signed a treaty with the people in Panama. And you go there and you think they're poor. They're not poor. They're rich.
We were able to catch up with our friend that we toured South America with, so it was nice to catch up with him. We didn't get to see his wife, but we got to see her, so that was nice.
He got to show us around the city. We got a tour around the countryside.
We
got to see the vegetation in the canopy. There weren't many animals to be seen.
Yeah, we have to go back.
But we do want to return now that we've had a sample of Aruba. We want to go back there. A sample of Panama. We want to go back there. So these are places that the cruise ship has taken us there, and we got just enough of the place to say, yeah, we could spend a couple of days here.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe we can combine the two of them. A couple of days in Aruba, a couple of days in Panama.
So that sums up the 2024 part of our adventures. Now, someone earlier had asked about Piano Night Live.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that.
Can I have a drink of your drink?
YouTube decided to issue a copyright strike against us for the second time in the past year, not within the same 90 days, for playing Bryan Adams music. There are a lot of artists out there who are greedy. Bryan Adams, Don Henley, what's the name of the one artist that you like that I can't stand? Supertramp. And there's a whole lot more. They don't like you playing their music. So with that being said,
we like their music.
We do.
She knows how to play the piano, but if she plays one of their songs, they get mad.
Mind you, it wasn't even 60 seconds. They just don't care.
They don't feel like it's a tribute to them.
But there are artists out there on YouTube, a lot bigger, that are covering their music, and they're not getting touched at all. They just want to come after us little creators. So when I was doing my homework, you have to have a mechanical license. You have to have a synchronization license. You have to have permission from the artist. Mind you, that I emailed UPMG asking them to reinstate it. They ignored my email twice. I've even asked YouTube to help me. They're ignoring it. So, Piano Night Live will resume on Rumble, because Rumble approached us and said, hey, as long as it's your content, bring it to us. We will gladly allow you to host it, because otherwise we were going to build our own platform and you guys would just come to our website and see it all. But I'm glad Rumble is taking us. There's no problems with our content. We're getting a very slow following from there.
We'll post a link to Rumble. How's that? People don't know what Rumble is.
I know they don't know what Rumble is. I'm getting to it. Will you let me speak for the love of God?
All right, I'm going to go make us some drinks.
Good idea.
It's been wonderful, you guys.
You'll be back. Rumble is a platform just like YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram that has content out there for freedom of speech. So I'm excited that Rumble is allowing us to put the Piano Night Live on their channel. So Piano Night Live will resume next Sunday. We might do a talking show on YouTube just to keep our fans engaged, and then go over to Piano Night, or go over to Rumble at the second half of the show. We're working on the technical difficulties in Restream right now to figure out what's going on, why we're not currently streaming on Rumble at the moment, which we should be, but it's all good. Let's see. So that takes us to, where are we going next? Well, the next 4 months, we will be plotting and planning our trips coming up as to where we're going. Right now, what we have etched in stone, and I have to get out my notes again. In May, we are going to go on another Asian cruise, only this time we are going to do it with Royal Caribbean. Let us, if you put copyright, if you put copyright music on your video, don't monetize the video, no issue. They will send an email saying, that's a copyright claim, Cruise Nuts, not a strike. I've had that all the time. Maybe we'll build a second channel and we'll see if we can get it to work. I didn't think about the whole monetization end of it, but we'll see. I want to see how that works. That's pretty cool. So in May, we are going to be going with Royal Caribbean, and we're going to go take an Asian cruise. We're going to China. We're going to go to Korea for the first time, which we're very excited about. And we're also going back to Japan. One thing that Glenn didn't mention when we did Yokohama last year, we met up with our favorite YouTube creators again, Daniel and Yuka. They were the very first creator we ever met. And we got to hang out with them. We actually did some Korean barbecuing with them, which was pretty cool, in a very, very nice restaurant. So that will be May. We're doing 9 nights on NCL. In June, right now, we have it down that we're doing a family trip to Italy. Italy airfare in June is very expensive. It's the 25-year anniversary of them opening up the doors at the Basilica. So a lot of people are going to be traveling to Europe. So Italy doesn't seem to be in the cards for us. So right now we're looking at Greece with the Murphy children, and then Mexico with my niece and my brother, because my niece is going to be graduating pharmacy school, but she'll be off to the very end of it. In July, we are going to go with Norwegian Aqua, and we're going to go to Puerto Plata again. We're going to St. Thomas. We've also been there. We're going to Tortola, which will be brand new for us. We're going to the Great Stirrup Cay in the Bahamas, which is brand new for us because we've never been there. And we're also flying out of Port Canaveral, which we'll get to hang out with our friend Mr. Booze for a couple days. August, September, October, we're still working on at the moment. We don't know where exactly we're going to go. We have a lot of different ideas lined up, but in November, some of us, not me, is turning 60, and we're going to the Eastern Caribbean, which this one is going to be out of Miami. And we have another couple repeat stops. We're going to Puerto Plata again. We're going back to San Juan, which is going to be amazing. And we're also going to their private island for MSC. And that one's on the brand new ship, MSC World America. I will tell you this. When we do the trip in July, we're going to show you around our friend Mark Booze's house, because he has a flock of, I want to call them cranes, but I know they're not cranes, these birds that show up. He's got tons of videos with these birds that just show up at his house and feed them. I'm going to be the one that's going to experience it, because I'm going to be the one feeding them, because in the videos that we've been watching, oh, that's cool, Brandy. Out of all the birds that he's been feeding, there is a gray bird in there that I'm going to personally meet, and I'm going to name it Spitfire, because that bird is always trying to get food from Mark and never gets it. Last but not least, in December of 25, we're going to do a 12-day, that's right, Mark, that bird is mine. That bird experience is mine. I don't care if I stand right in the middle of those birds and take care of them. I'm going in. In December of next year, we're doing a 12-day Mexican Riviera and Sea of Cortez. That one goes from California to, we're going to cruise the Bahia Magdalena. We're going to Cabo, which I did not know Cabo is a tender port. So that ought to be fun. We're also going to La Paz. We're also going to Laredo, which is another tender port. We're going to Matlazan. We're going to Puerto Vallarta. We're going to Manzillo and Ensenada. So I'm excited. Cruising Koozies. thank you for joining us. I need to watch more of your content. So that's going to be a pretty cool one for Mexico, I think. And then, just to give you guys an early heads up, for those of you creators that are in the chat, and I guess Mark Booz, we can include you too, because you're technically a creator.
Why don't we get him to come on Aqua with us? He can bring his lovely wife.
No, they're Carnival people. We're going to go on Carnival with them someday. In October, November of 26, we are going on the Booze Cruise 4.0. What are you? Oh, you're eating.
Which has nothing to do with Mark Booz.
We're going on the Booze Cruise 4.0 with a bunch of small creators. If you guys need any info, let me know. The link is right on our website, luciaglynn.com. We're going to cruise out of Galveston, Texas on the brand new Norwegian Viva.
Mm-hmm.
We're going back to Cozumel. We're going back to Belize. We're going back to Costa Maya. We're going back to Roatan. Why is my phone freezing? We're repeating all the ports all over again. But
from our very first cruise together.
What?
All the ports of call from our very first cruise.
Yes,
together.
I know. Eat your whatever you're eating. I'm the one talking here. Okay. We're like he said, we're repeating all the ports all over again, but we're really going for the ship. So, if you guys want to join any of us, let us know by all means, and we'll send you the links so you can book. But we will figure out where we're going in August, September, or October. We've looked at Virgin Cruises, maybe. Oh, good. I can't wait to meet Mr. Huggy Bear on the 4.0. Who's that? Cruise Nuts. For some reason, I feel like this Booze Cruise 4.0 is going to be a hit because, we've got you guys going. We've got Jeremy and Cheryl going. We've got the one and only infamous Eddie Lugo going and Alice. I'm sure Controversial Cruising is going to be there, cruising on the high seas. It's going to be a really good creator cruise. I'm really looking forward to it. But you guys will get to see the matching shirts in person too. But we have poked around with Virgin. We have poked around with Carnival. There was one other. We poked around Margaritaville. So, I don't know. We might even do 5, 5, and 5 and do Hong Kong, Korea, and Japan. Don't know. So, it's still open. We'll have it figured out by April, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got?
I think your hour is up.
Yeah, I think my hour's up too. But I think maybe November when, Mark? If you say November of 25, that's not going to work because we're already doing a cruise that month. So our year for 2024 was very blessed thanks to all of you guys. We hit some monumental milestones on our YouTube channel. As of today, we're at 30,000 subscribers.
30,000 pounds of mashed bananas. Of bananas.
30,000 is incredible. We've come a long way. Margaritaville Islander. That's good to know. We've come a long way. And a lot of stuff over the year, people were like, you're buying subscribers, this, you're that. No. We'll tell you exactly what we did. We promoted a couple of our episodes, and that's why we have so many subscribers. We watch YouTubers all day long, nonstop, all day long, and we're learning. We're getting better. It's not easy, but we're getting there. We also hit a monumental number over on our TikTok. We're over 5,000 fans on our TikTok, and on our Facebook pages, we're at almost 20,000 between us two personally and our combined page. So I think we're making a little bit of a difference. And I kind of like the way that this panned out tonight. So you definitely might see more of this. We still have to keep the algorithm going on YouTube so they don't forget about us. Definitely check out our shorts. Our shorts are like the most funniest things you'll ever stumble across, from scraping pizza to onion ring madness to dancing videos.
Let's wish everybody a Happy
New Year.
New Year
May you all
2025.
have health, wealth, and happiness in 25. May you prosper, live for the present. Tomorrow's never guaranteed, and yesterday's already gone.
And until we meet again,
We'll see you in the next episode.
see you in the next
Thank
video.
you all for tuning in tonight.